Hello, everyone. Look who I have here. Look at these dark red babies. This is our Ethel and Beans, F1B, Petite double doodle litter. And this is their very first video. They are 3 weeks old. That is when we start our video series. They're still not going to be like super active because at 3 weeks old, they just like to nurse and sleep. Nurse, sleep, poop, repeat. Yes. But this is when we start really being able to kind of see some of those personalities emerge. Are you guys just going to go down? Come on. Come on. Look at that little face. Look at you. All right. So what is a double doodle? Let's start with that. A double doodle is a cross between a golden doodle and a labradoodle. Now, back when another golden doodle breeder up north in North Texas were some of the pioneers in this in Texas. And I remember she and I were going to collaborate, and we were starting to talk about what should we do next. A lot of us either were kind of trying to talk about new breeds, or what if we should collaborate with our studs and things like that. So we came up with the double doodle, which is the golden doodle labradoodle mix. I know that a double doodle can simply mean other doodles that are combined, but typically a double doodle is the labradoodle golden doodle mix. Now, I mentioned that this is an F1B generation. So we started with a chocolate lab and mixed that with a red poodle to get labradoodles. I was not happy with the labradoodle look. Labs, if you see a labradoodle with a beautiful long golden doodle type coat, that is not an F1 labradoodle, or it could be just very rare. But a labradoodle is going to have that shorter coat, a lot more shedding capabilities in your first generation labradoodle versus a golden doodle. So I was perfectly fine with our labradoodle. Maybelline, our chocolate labradoodle, is the grandmother and great-grandmother of so many of these, but it wasn't consistent. And of course, when you're dealing with a chocolate lab, the reason you get a chocolate color is you've been mixing a lot of black in there, and not everybody wanted a black labradoodle. So it's basically color and coat as to why, or coat type as to why I kind of went a different direction with our labradoodles. So our chocolate labradoodle, Maybelline, we mixed her with a golden doodle, mini golden doodle, I should say. Maybelline was a very small miniature size. And we mixed her with a mini golden doodle, and that's when we got our first double doodles. We kept Ethel, which is a double doodle, a first generation double doodle. Her mom is Maybelline, a chocolate labradoodle. Her dad is Paddington, our red mini golden doodle. We then took Ethel because we found that we didn't like the double doodle consistency of the coats. A first generation double doodle, you could have one that has a lot of curly and one that has a wavy, and then one that has a complete flat coat. So we didn't like that consistency. Your first pick and your last pick weren't getting equal coats. So we went ahead and made that an F1B generation. So we started taking Ethel and mixing her with Beans, our toy red poodle. And that is giving us an F1B generation. So we have non-shedding coats, and we have the soft cotton wavy, and we even have curly coats, but with our double doodle curly coats, they don't have fleece in them. So they're not as thick. So you can get that curly look without having a super thick fleece coat. Hi. All right. Temperament wise, double doodles are awesome. You have that playful silliness lab, and then you have the intelligence of the poodle and that retriever sweetness, and they're all mixed into one dog. This is a small litter of 3. Ethel is getting near the end of her breeding career, so we're having small numbers of litters. And so 3 puppies means they have an almost all you can eat 24/7 buffet, and they're chunky. They're definitely chunky monk. The biggest in this litter is the little girl, and so our petites are 16 to 20 pounds. When I say she's big, that just means she's at the top range, or top of the range. She has a little chocolate nose, and so a lot of you have come to this litter because you've seen pictures of one that looks just like her. I will put a little older picture here with the chocolate nose and the beautiful eyes. The eyes can kind of vary. The lab eyes are absolutely gorgeous. All right, so I'm telling you things that I like about the lab, things that I did not like about owning a lab. A young lab, that is. It takes a good 3 to 4 years before they start settling down. That is the lab. Our chocolate lab cupcake used to eat through walls. She ate a horse bridle once. She was eating everything, very destructive and very energetic. So we have been able to calm that down. Of course, doodles have a soft mouth. When you're mixing a retriever with another bird dog, they have a soft mouth, which means they're able to go retrieve birds without harming them physically. And so, and I mean, obviously, if they're retrieving the birds, they're already harmed, but I'm talking about messing them up. They can retrieve them, bring them back. And what they have to have in order to accomplish that is this very soft mouth. And that is a very sensitive mouth, which means they need to chew. They need to chew to alleviate the pain and pressure that they feel in their mouth. Now, this kind of diluting the lab into more golden retriever and poodle means we get some wonderful colors, dark red. So it's not really a teddy bear brown. It is a red. They stay dark. We've noticed some can lighten up a bit, but then they return back down to the red if they're this red color. We've had some double doodles that will be a light peanut butter color, but this litter, she had all dark reds. So just kind of give you some of the reasons I really love the actual mix between the Labradoodle and the Golden Doodle. So back to light pink. She is going to have a curly coat, but it's not going to be that thick fleece coat. So she's going to have that curliness, but typically our double doodles don't require as much grooming as the Golden Doodles because it is a little thinner coat, and so it's not going to mat as much. All right, come here, little pumpkin. He's just trying to, well, here, let me hold you up so we can see you before we move on. Here is our little light pink color girl, and I believe she is the second pick of the litter. The first pick of the litter is a male, and I'm just not sure which one it's going to be. We will find out. Were you trying to go potty? Here, I'll put you on the potty pad. You can finish what you started. He's like, good night, lady. I was trying to do something here. All right, did we finish? Oh, nope, he's still going. He's just entertaining himself while he does it. This is such a cute stage, guys. All done? Okay, good job. Good potty. All right, dark green collar boy. That beautiful lab-looking face. Yes, just so sweet. Say, this face I'll just get away with whatever I want. Yes, I will. And he's got that beautiful soft cotton wavy coat. And then the little one. So yellow collar boy is going to be smaller, around that 16-pound size, maturity. Look at the little wrinkleness in his forehead. He's just, yes. See, I'm the perfect double doodle. Yes, you are. Can you hear him? Hopefully I'm not being too overbearing with my microphone this time. I don't know, guys. Ethel just has the sweetest babies. They're just so sweet, and they're still going to be playful. If you have young children, oh, hey, lady. If you have young children, this is a good option. Now, I'm sorry, but this entire litter, there's just 3 of them. They're all reserved, but we will have another litter. at the end of the year or next year. But anyway, it's a good option because you have somebody that has a good solid frame, and they're very sweet and playful and not challenging at all. They get along with everybody, and especially young children. So this is a litter that I highly recommend. But these guys are just going to get ready for another nap, aren't you? Yeah. Look at you. Just look at you. Yeah. They see Nathan. Nathan's behind me ready to play. Are you ready to play? You want to come play with them? Okay. All right. I am going to let Nathan play with them. And then next week, they will be a little more lively. They will be walking around, doing a little more. Normally at 3 weeks old, we give them what's called gruel, which is their first food. They're not eating much of that because they're full. They are full on their mama's milk. And no, you cannot nurse on him. Sorry, that's not going to work. Besides that, your tummy's full. Your tummy's full. You don't have to close it. It's okay, bud. They're not going to go anywhere. We don't have any teeth. This is a stage that Nathan likes because they're not chewing on us yet. They don't have any teeth, and they're awake enough that we can cuddle them. It's a good stage. Yes, I'm in a good stage. All right, guys, I will see you next week for week 4 when you can see them doing a little more, being a little more active. Week 5 is temperament testing, and then we have our picking. Now, the second pick already knows. Her pick is the little girl, but the first pick might actually have to either come for picking or might take time during that picking. So we will find out who is first and who is the final pick of the litter. You can't go wrong. Both of these baby boys are absolutely beautiful. Same coloring, same coat. One is just a little bigger than the other. Yeah. All right. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Next week.